Welcome back to the podcast. And eerily beloved, we are gathered here today with
Morgan.
we got Bestie on the pod.
Yeah.
So excited to talk to you.
Well done.
Like I haven't been talking to you all day.
Having such a hard time starting.
No, we can't stop laughing. This is serious.
We're trying to be so serious.
No, this is serious.
It's not.
We need to lock in.
Okay, walk it.
Okay, today we're talking about the Lafayette Pioneer Cemetery curse.
Okay.
It has to do with witches. Of course, I had to consult my local and fellow witch.
14th generation.
Right.
Right?
And explain that.
Oh, I was told by my mother that I'm a 14th generation witch. And we have ancestors that were a part of the Salem witch trials, but not the Salem witch trials.
It's like in Connecticut, right?
In Connecticut, yeah, something like that. But somebody that we're related to was tried for witchcraft.
And they were one of the only people who was acquitted because everybody in the town spoke on her behalf.
Yes.
And like signed a petition saying
her husband was like, hey, my wife's like not
a witch. Would love if everybody could co-sign that.
Honestly, where can I find a man like that?
That was like a huge deal because everybody who signed that was kind of implicating themselves as being associated with a witch. Yeah, I forgot what her name was. I know I looked it up.
Elizabeth Clayson, but it was Clausen because back then when the spelling was weird, so their Y's looked like U's or something like that, or I don't remember, but yeah, it's crazy. My mom's got a whole book full of all kinds of stuff dating back to the
Stamford, Connecticut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody look it up.
Look it up.
Bestie's actually.
Yeah. That's my great. I don't even know how many greats. Grandma.
No, that's crazy.
So crazy.
In 1692.
Yeah. And we have like actual documents that state all of those things. Like my mom has a whole notebook full of that stuff, which is totally insane. And there's actual public records of it too, like with her name written in it and all that.
It's crazy that even back then everything was so heavily documented.
Yeah.
There's a very detailed record of everything that did happen during that time.
Yeah. Got the witchy woo woo vibes in the family.
But yeah, my bestie's a witch. Not many people can say that.
Yeah, for real.
So of course my first witch story, I had to bring her in.
You had to bring the expert in.
Right.
I know so
my
much.
expert. I forgot.
But I'm ready to
forgot your ancestor's name for a second. We got there.
Elizabeth herself. How could I forget?
Mm-hmm. Correct. What do you know about the Lafayette Pioneer Cemetery?
And
It's in Dayton.
In Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So kind of close by. I mean, I recognize the name.
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, for real.
Let's look in. Located in Oregon's wine country in the small town of Dayton, Oregon, lies the Lafayette Pioneer Cemetery. What is supposed to be the quiet resting place for the families and individuals who traveled west on the Oregon Trail has become infamous for the chilling encounters, physical paranormal attacks, and the witch's curse that has haunted the town for over a century.
Okay, how have I never heard about this?
I know. It's like one of the most haunted...
A century?
Yeah. It's like one of the most haunted places in Oregon, allegedly.
And we've never ventured?
No, I've never heard of it.
Never?
No.
Okay, so I'm excited.
Okay, so it should be noted that the legal witch trials, like we talked about, of 1692 in Salem, Massachusetts and the East Coast are heavily documented tragedies, but the Oregon frontier-era witches are often based off of folklore myths and local legends rather than documented facts.
Okay.
While there is truth to some of these, they should not be taken like as 100% truth.
Okay.
So the history of the Lafayette witch is full of conflicting stories. So the first tale comes from a figure that roams the Pioneer Cemetery and is said to be a woman from the 1800s who was falsely accused of witchcraft and hanged. Many attribute all of the paranormal experiences to her and her dislike of visitors, gaining her reputation as the guardian of the grounds. Locals say some have heard laughter, and paranormal explorers have recorded a female voice screeching, "Run home."
If I was gonna be hung, like I would.
No,
Hey,
I would be pissed too.
Terrorize people now,
right? One of the most bizarre reports that's associated with this entity is the changes in weather with complete seasonal shifts.
Like while
Like,
you're there?
yes, like it'll be dead winter and all of a sudden it's hot and sunny.
Weird.
Or it'll suddenly start raining and there's no clouds in the sky.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a Madame Morrible Wicked Witch.
Like,
she's changing the weather.
She's like, well, I might as well be a witch if you're going to accuse me of being one.
So, by the way, it's snowing, so.
Right. Others claim they feel watched and that they're unwelcome. There are even reports of people being chased out of the cemetery by an unknown figure and finding deep cuts on their backs afterwards. The identity of this woman remains unknown to this day.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
There's no...
So there's like local lore of this person being accused and hung and that she was buried there, but not that she had a name or where she was buried. Like that she was just kind of tossed.
Maybe that's another reason that she's...
No
one knows who she is.
Right.
She's like, hey.
Of the many witch-cursed ghost stories, one variation with the most evidence stems from the case of Anna and Richard Marple and their involvement in the murder of David Corker.
Okay. Oh my god. Cool. Okay.
So David Corker was born on August 8th, 1829 in Ireland and immigrated with his parents to Quebec in 1831. He was a carpenter like his father, and when he was 18 traveled west in pursuit of work during the gold rush. He spent the next few years mining and practicing his trade, which led him to jobs throughout the West, including a stint in Panama, before he traveled to California, Washington, and Oregon. In 1882, he settled in Amity and opened up a hardware store. It is said that he was hard of hearing or potentially deaf.
Amity, I wonder if that hardware store is like, that building is still
could be
around. Interesting.
A few years later, in 1885, Richard Marple relocated from Corvallis to Lafayette with his wife and their children, along with his mother, Anna Marple. Following their move into town, a series of thefts and petty crimes were reported, with Richard Marple allegedly choosing to be a petty criminal instead of pursuing one of the many job opportunities in the area.
Well,
no one wants to work these days.
No one
wants to work these days.
Nobody wants to put any effort in these days. What's up with
Let's
that?
be a criminal.
Even back then, they were doing anything else.
He was like, oh, provide for my children? No, that's okay. I'll
steal from others.
Right,
Why
right.
not?
Anna Marple's disposition didn't help with the town's suspicions of the newcomers, as she was considered the gypsy or the witch woman and was described as being hard-eyed.
Hard-eyed?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I
Like,
think it's
just like judgmental?
I imagine it's like when you look at her, you're like, you feel uncomfortable.
Well, people say that about me too. Like, I would say
she's a hard-eyed woman.
That's crazy to describe.
I know.
Interesting.
So sometime between their arrival in 1855 and 1856, Anna, Richard's mom, became romantically involved with a shopkeeper, David Corker, and gained his confidence.
How old are these people?
I think...
What was the son's name was what?
The son's name was Richard.
Richard, okay. And he's
mother... 27.
Okay. And his mother became involved with the hardware store owner.
Yes, and he must have been like in his 50s.
Okay.
Around this time. On November 1st, Anna Marple visited David Corker in the evening around 9 p.m. while he sipped on a nightcap. Unbeknownst to him, Anna had drugged him so that he would stay asleep while her son robbed him, and he would be none the wiser. After completing this, her job was to unlatch the back door to let Richard in to ransack the place.
Interesting. Do you think this is her idea or his idea?
Well, that's a good question. Because for some reason, maybe hesitation on her part or potential proof that she had no knowledge of this plan of Richard's to rob her lover, she didn't unlatch the back door.
Okay.
So...
I feel like he just knew that she was going to be over there or something.
Probably. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Tried to tell her, hey, will you do this for me? And she's like, no.
Right.
And he's like, okay, I'm coming anyways.
Right. So this made Richard have to forcibly enter the home through a window, which is obviously considerably more noticeable and less subtle than just walking into the home through the door.
And they didn't have locks on their windows, probably.
No. Being that Anna was suspected by many to have been a common nighttime visitor of David, as her son was ransacking the place, it was evident that she would be the first suspect police sought out when he regained consciousness.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know what they were thinking. They weren't. While originally they had planned to leave town to avoid being tied to the crime, this would immediately make the entire family look more suspicious, which again, I guess they didn't think of.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, if you're seen with him, he's robbed.
So
you leave
when
town.
he became, so she just left him then and then robbed the place. So he probably thought that she robbed him because he would be none the wiser. Like,
Right. He wouldn't know that
yeah.
the
And
entire
then he
family
would be
was
like,
involved.
hey, she robbed me. And
Right.
she'd be like, oh my gosh, I didn't do that.
Right. So after scrounging up a total of $203, equivalent of about like $5,600 in today's money.
That just like does not make sense to me, but that's a lot.
No, I know. Anna Marple took an axe to deliver a death blow, but instead missed and only clipped his head, waking David up.
No.
Richard took the axe for his mother and mercilessly finished the job. Worried the noise of the struggle had been heard by neighbors, they rearranged the corpse to mimic a Masonic ritual, hoping to cast suspicion on them and steer any potential connections away from the family.
Masonic ritual? How did they even know what that was?
So Anna and Richard returned home that night with the intention of leaving town, but Julia, Richard's wife, was so sick they couldn't leave.
Okay.
Richard was highly suspected as a thief and robber by police at this point, and weeks before the robbery took place, he was heard by witnesses making comments about how easy it would be to rob the storekeeper because he was hard of hearing.
Oh.
Right. It took not even a day for police to bring in Richard after Sheriff Thomas J. Harris spotted blood on his jacket. His excuse that it came from a butchered hog. But when the sheriff asked his wife, she claimed the blood was from one of their kids who had been injured.
You gotta talk to your people, man. You gotta clear your story. Come on, this is classic criminal stuff.
Right. Come on,
watch Criminal Minds.
Right.
What's going on here?
Right. So most evidence against Richard was circumstantial. Allegedly, he was in possession of a burglar kit, which could have been used to break into David Corker's home.
They just sell those burglar kits?
Right. I guess it was just the tools that would have been required to break in through the window. Throughout the trial, Richard maintained his innocence and instead pointed towards the sheriff and members of the local Masons Lodge as being responsible for the crime. Obviously.
See, it's a Masonic ritual.
Obviously. The lack of legitimate evidence could have been enough to acquit him, but his unruly behavior during trial and evident lack of remorse towards the deceased was enough for the jury to find him guilty of first-degree murder.
Duh. Where's Anna in all this? Like, is she not...
On April 15th, 1887, of the sentencing, the Oregon Statesman wrote that he did not show the least sign of concern and sat down apparently the least affected of any of the large crowd that had gathered in the courtroom to hear the verdict. The last part of the above verdict seems extraordinary, in view of the fact that the only penalty of murder in the first degree is hanging. Richard Marple's execution didn't happen until almost a full year after the trial, due to scheduling mishaps that almost had him back in court for a potential retrial. On November 11th, 1887, Richard maintained his innocence on the scaffold and proclaimed that God would judge them all. When asked if he had anything to say why sentence should not be pronounced, he merely remarked that by the laws of the United States and the several states, a man was entitled to a fair trial, that he had not had a fair trial, and his conviction was had by false means.
Well,
so
if
he's
he's
still
hung, then you must try and do anything to get out of it.
Right. So in the 19th century, necktie parties were social gatherings and heavily attended events during the Oregon frontier era. Public executions were legal in Oregon until the 1870s, with the last one taking place in 1905 after the legislature stepped in and realized that such events were potentially traumatizing for women and children.
It's crazy that they called them necktie parties. Like, you know how we call them, like, black tie?
Yeah. Parties.
Like, that's kind of just...
No, it's sick and twisted.
Like, that's insane. Because when you told me about that earlier, I was like, a necktie party? Like, I thought I was like, oh, it's like a classy party. That's terrifying. Hey, we're going to this necktie party. What it
meet you at the necktie party after dinner.
Oh,
that's sick.
Yeah. Are you bringing your kids?
Like, just casually talking about someone's death like that.
Insane.
I mean, regardless of what. Right.
Like, within the last 120 years, they're doing them still. It's insane.
And that was just like public in the town square type, not, oh, they can still be attended by people within the jail. Like, you can be invited in the jailhouse.
And it was only like them going, oh, it may be traumatizing for children. Not even anything about other people, just people seeing
in general.
That,
yeah.
Seeing that in public.
Well, and I wonder if it was like, if you don't attend, you would be seen as, I don't know,
Yeah.
sympathetic to
Yeah.
whatever they're,
If you don't go, then you're
especially in the small town. I can imagine in a small town, if one person doesn't go and it's very obvious
the
if you
word
had
gets
they were.
around. It's like, can you believe it that Sharon didn't come to the necktie party last week?
Right. Like rumors would spread like wildfire, and
Yeah.
can't. But I want to look more into that and see.
Yeah.
Just why?
Yeah.
Why?
General.
Why did they do that? So 30 people were invited to witness the convicted killer's hanging, with others waiting outside the jailhouse courtyard, including Anna Marple, who was screaming and cursing at the injustice of it, and she would see to it that the city would burn down 3 times for its crime against her son.
I mean, well, your son's getting hung.
So that's where the curse comes in.
Right.
The hanging of Richard Marple left more than a few uneasy after the knot slipped under his chin, causing it to take 18 minutes for him to suffocate to death. He was only 28 when he died.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah.
Yikes.
The next day, inmate William Hess, who was held with Richard Marple prior to his death, made a sworn statement that Richard Marple had confessed to the murder of David Corker and implicated his mother.
Okay.
Marple confessed to Hess that they had planned to rob Corker since they knew that as a shopkeeper he had money and had no intentions originally to kill him. This is in quotes. After he got in, Mr. Corker was in an uneasy stupor. Then his mother suggested that if they robbed him, he might wake up, and then she would be arrested for the robbery. Then he advanced the idea that they would kill him and fire the building. Set fire to the building.
Yeah.
His mother then took the axe, which they got out of the store, and struck him in a glancing blow with the pole or the back of the axe in the forehead, which brought him out of his stupor and into a struggling position. Then he, Richard Marple, gathered the axe out of the old lady's hand and commenced cutting him with the edge. Additionally, he states his reason for the manufactured story about implicating the sheriff and Masons was to cast suspicions away from himself, because he wanted to get back at those who had worked to convict him and ruin the town's good opinion of them.
It's crazy to, like, out of all the weapons, they went, let's get an axe. Let's make it the
Let's
most
choose
bloodiest,
the worst. Yeah.
like,
The most brutal and, like,
an axe?
violent way that you
In
could.
a hardware store.
Well, and this poor man was defenseless. Like,
Right.
he was already drugged.
Right.
You had drugs. Like, I don't.
Right.
Crazy.
You should have just robbed him and then, like, threatened him if he told.
Dude.
Or something. I'm, like, telling these people how they should have done.
Right.
Okay, anyways.
Julia, his wife, Richard's wife, and Anna Marple left town shortly after. However, when their house was destroyed several years later, it is alleged that the bloody axe that killed David Corker was found. And Richard Marple is said to be buried in Pioneer Cemetery in an unmarked grave. In other variations, Anna Marple was later hanged for being convicted of practicing witchcraft.
Oh.
Before she was hung, she cursed the town to burn down 3 times. The wildest part about these quote-unquote ghost stories is that the town has had a number of major fires over the years, leaving one to question the validity of the curse.
Yeah. How many times has it burnt down?
I couldn't find, like, a legit number.
Yeah.
Like, what counts as the town, you know?
Right. Well, I mean, just like fires in general, because, I mean, in the town, if there's just a fire.
So apparently there have been 2 major fires over the years.
Okay.
And so since all of the records and all the variations of the story claim that she said 3 times,
and
then it's
do you know, like, how these fires started, or old buildings, old wiring?
It could be.
Because I feel like that's a lot of...
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what it would be if it were anything. Interesting.
Yeah. So not everyone, but people who know about it are kind of on edge because...
Where was she hung? Does it say? Because she moved out of town, you said.
So in that one story where Richard was hung, she moved out of town.
Yeah.
And was buried and died somewhere else. But in other variations, she's the one that was hung.
Oh, okay.
In the town.
Oh, okay. Because the woman that you were talking about that was, like, you know, screaming and chasing people out of the cemetery, I would imagine would be her, and her screaming for her son.
It could be.
And, like, that's what people hear of her being mad about her son.
But also, if the jailhouse confession is correct, she was also partially responsible for the murder herself.
Right.
And he just didn't implicate her in the crime. Right. And so that's why she was able to get away with it.
I wonder if her... this is like witchy boo boo stuff, but like her spirit is trapped there because of unresolved business,
Could be.
and because she wasn't tried there where everything went down, that she's trapped where her son was.
I was gonna say maybe because her son's there.
Because
Like she chose to.
she put a curse on the
be
town.
there.
So hey, if you're gonna curse the town, you're gonna
See it through.
and you're trapped there. Ooh, spooky.
Spooky. I know. We'll have to go there. I was reading some reviews of the place, and it seems pretty legit. Actually.
Yeah.
Like people are saying I caught orbs on camera. I got there and I had to leave because I felt so uneasy.
Yeah.
Like there's a place.
Knowing this story, I feel like I would.
Well,
feel
and that's
uneasy
the thing too. I wouldn't want to be disrespectful towards towards the woman or her.
Yeah, we'd have to go in the middle of the day.
Right. When it's sunny.
Daylight.
No, I was gonna look up views. I should have had that pulled up.
Trying to think of like Dayton and like what.
I know. I was trying to find legitimate sources that recorded major fires that had happened, but there weren't any that were factual or like went that far back because this was in 1800s. So, and currently the cemetery is closed because the story of the witch's curse and the witch and her, like, because she's been so active for other investigators, that people went there hoping to catch something or experience something, and so now it's closed to the public.
Interesting. There's one rating. Ooh, look at how spooky that looks.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like a metal fence and a bunch of like.
There's no like official. There's no official signage that indicates that it's a cemetery, except for like a poster nailed to a tree.
Yes, that's what it. Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, that's it. That's like all there is to indicate that that's where. That's what it is.
Like, this is so spooky. There's also a bird that just landed on it when they took the picture.
Right. Yeah, a lot of these reviews are about the ghosts and the witches and stuff. Yeah. This one says, very creepy and cool little cemetery. Went here overnight to investigate and heard unexplainable girl screams multiple times. Constantly saw shadows darting around the tombstones and trees. Also heard footsteps, but I'm hoping it was an animal.
Weird. I want to see like the reports from that town and like where he lived, like where the house was that he was killed in, and like that's the kind of stuff that I want to know.
You have to like,
where's the hardware store?
Right. I know, and newspapers don't necessarily say it was on this block and this block, right? So and so, probably for investigation's sake, but
and there's no pictures, so it's like. But it's in like a really weird, it's like right on the outside of town.
Yeah, it's like on the edge of town on a hill.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting because our Salem isn't necessarily known for the witches. People often get it confused. Like you hear Salem and they're like, oh, the witches. No. Girl.
Oh, sorry.
3,000 miles away.
I am a Salem witch, except I'm on the West Coast.
Right. Wrong Salem. But and even things like if you look on certain websites, when I was researching the Nightmare Factory website, it said Salem history, and it was about the Salem witch trials.
Huh?
Salem, Massachusetts witch trials. Yeah.
On the
Nightmare Factory page. Yeah.
What in the world?
I almost sent it to you last night, actually, because I was like, there's no way someone didn't fact check this.
What in the world? Some people are just not very bright.
Because, well, and again, you don't associate witches with Oregon necessarily because we weren't established back then. There's a lot more indigenous and native lore about that kind of stuff as opposed to...
I'm looking at reviews now, and there's like actual pictures of the headstones.
Yeah, it's spooky.
Yeah. One of the few cemeteries I've gotten a weird vibe from. Seems like a lot of graves have no markers, but the ground is sunken in a certain rectangular shape, supposed to be haunted.
Why are there so many variations of the same story? There has to be some level of truth to it.
Some sort of truth to it, yeah.
But also the way that they treated women in like the 60s and 80s witch trials, and in this case, it's like, okay, you can just accuse someone of being a witch, and even if they're falsely accused, they can still get hung. That's crazy. I don't know. It's kind of like, hey, you've been treating women terribly since forever. You just wanted an excuse to,
Right.
I don't know, that's insane to me.
Yeah.
That people are able to get away with that kind of stuff. And this is only the stuff that we know about or somewhat know about. What's not documented?
Didn't feel anything weird. Them trees did look like hang trees, though.
That's
Didn't
crazy.
notice bad energy. I heard that a witch was hung here. Maybe me also being a witch was why I didn't feel unwelcome.
Ooh.
Someone wrote that. I feel like yes, but also no. Like you do get a vibe. I feel like if you're
sensitive to that
the
kind of stuff.
energies, yeah, if you allow the energy to take over, like I think that you can kind of feel something.
Oh, 100%.
So, I mean, I already get like weird, creepy vibes from cemeteries because I'm not a huge fan.
I just don't even want to like disrespect or this is your home.
Weird,
This
like
is
walking in a cemetery, even
Same.
if I'm there for like a certain reason.
No, same.
Yeah.
Not even out of fear, just respect. Okay.
Yeah. Like I don't know these people. The cistern in front of the cemetery has high EMF. If you read the names from some graves, EMF meters will spike momentarily. We used a thermal camera and had a cold spot anomaly. Aside from the anomalies, this cemetery is beautiful and has been cleaned up a lot. When visiting, please be respectful as this is an incredible part of the local history.
There's this group of paranormal investigators. They got the run home, like screech on their machine.
Yeah.
I guess you can find that audio on the internet somewhere. I was too scared to look it up.
Oh my gosh.
It's floating around somewhere.
Yeah. Download the video to YouTube if you want to hear the words yourself.
That's scary. And even if the cemetery is not haunted, I think it's still creepy.
Yeah.
Like the pictures make it look decrepit fence, the mossy headstones. It's crazy.
Yeah, someone said that they made a spirit mad when I told her I wasn't going to trespass his or her home, but I did anyway.
Oh.
Then went back to my car before I left. I asked if anyone was there, and I heard something fall from the trees, like rocks or something fall from the trees. Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. Me still looking and
right. Get that ethical sage, girl. Cleanse yourself.
For real. Like that's so ooky spooky.
Apparently, there's also like some playful spirits there, because some children were probably buried there as well.
Oh yeah.
So there's like a combination of.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like people have also reported seeing people dressed up in like old-timey clothes walking around. Like they'll see them in 1800s garb.
I wonder if do we have
bad energy.
I feel like if you show up expecting bad energy, that's what you're gonna get. Mm-hmm. If you show up and you're like, or
if you go with the intention of like vandalizing,
or like disrupting and like trying to cause somebody to do something, you're like gonna get that. You're
wanting a reaction, so you're doing things on purpose to antagonize them.
Yeah, you put bad energy out, you're gonna get bad energy.
No, I feel like that's first rule of all of this is that you have to be respectful because you genuinely don't know what you're messing with.
Right. Yeah. And that's, I mean, all of the things are like, oh, I did this and I walked around and I said these things and this is what I got was bad energy. And it's like,
no way. I'd be pissed too if someone
listen, if you were walking all over me, I'd be pissed.
If you were calling me names. Yeah. Just to get a reaction out of
Is anyone
you're gonna get a reaction.
Come on. Is anyone there?
So we have to go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
During the day.
I don't think I'm gonna go in.
No. I would drive by.
Oh, yeah.
Or drive up the hill.
Yeah. Depending on how far.
I want to get like an EMF. Something. I don't know. Is that scary?
That's
or like dowsing rods. But I don't know if I believe that kind of stuff.
I don't. I also like it's like Ouija board-esque. Like I don't want to welcome that. That's why. That's like the Ouija board. Like I'll never do any of that kind of thing. That's why I
think like the EMF is different because that's just electrical currents, whatever, and it's not reading through me.
Right.
Like dowsing rods is okay. Make like, this move. I'm holding it.
Yeah.
No. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the hot cold spots, like I could get that part, but like I don't the holding the rods or the Ouija board stuff. I'm not.
Yeah, and I think it's so easy when you hear this kind of stuff or you read about it to not be as creeped out because you're so far removed from it. Mm-hmm. But if you were there And if you were experiencing this stuff, like if you were chased out of the cemetery, the scratches on your back, I don't know, anything, any physical attacks like that, first of all, crazy. Second of all, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Scary.
Yeah.
I'd be scared out of my mind. I'd poop my
Right.
pants.
Well, it's crazy that they don't have it more on like lockdown. Because if people are out there like doing
Well, and you even saw like in the pictures, there's no fence.
Yeah, well,
It's not like
there's
enclosed.
a fence, but it's like open.
Right.
And people are just walking. I mean, it's just like a metal fence that's been there for eons. It's just like sinking into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
could easily just hop the fence.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I'll have to watch out for any fires in the Dayton area.
For real.
I'm going to be hyper aware now.
Now, yeah, if we hear anything, now I need to know the reports of.
I wonder with the fires if it's just like any fires in general, or if it's, I don't know, descendants of the person, or you know, like
they
if
have
it-
any kind of
if it's
connection.
more a person.
That's why I was like, where was the house?
Yes, yeah.
And where was the hardware store?
Yeah.
And like, who else was involved? Like, that's the kind of stuff that I would want to know.
Yeah, if it is more of like a personal vendetta versus just a general.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, when I looked it up, I just got like minor.
Yeah.
Nothing about the curse. I think that they don't necessarily want to feed into it.
Oh, yeah.
Or like, make it public.
I'm sure.
Make it a public knowledge beyond.
Yeah.
Like local legend and all that kind of stuff. But
that's the kind of fires that I would imagine is like
spontaneous combustion.
Spontaneous. Well, it's like some of those fires can't be explained because it's like, what are they? What are they caused by? Because a lot of people say, oh, it's just somebody driving by, like dropping a cigarette out the window.
Yeah,
That's what caused the vegetation
fire.
But they never ever catch anybody or say exactly how it was caused. So it makes you think like
Anna Marple. The Anna Marple. I don't know. I would argue that Anna Marple is wicked.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, just from the start. I mean, her intention to drug this guy,
right, and allegedly like gaining his confidence,
rob him.
Allegedly gaining his confidence just for the purpose of robbing him. Like,
okay, girl,
that's sick. Now you have to rate this.
Oh,
on a creepy level, and if you believe it or not.
Okay, is it 1 to 5?
Sure.
Oh, okay. 5 being most. Okay.
Correct.
Believability. I do believe that this happened in some way, shape, or form. I do believe that this man was murdered by these people. Whether or not she's doing witchcraft and all of that, I'm not sure. I would say like 3 believability. Leaning towards like a 3.5. Like there is
some truth.
There has to be some sort of truth because this man did own a hardware store and did get murdered by these people, and I'm sure that man did rob him, and they did hang that guy.
Richard being hung, yes.
Right. So I think there is that sort of believability. It's absolutely creepy. I mean, the reports of the woman screaming at people to leave or to run home or whatever. I mean, I'm leaning towards a 3 or a 4 on the creepy scale too. I mean, it's hard for me because I've never experienced it, but I'm not denying that other people didn't experience it. I don't think I would go and try to.
I don't think I'd want to go.
I would run home. I would run home.
Hey, actually, I'll stay home.
I'd drive by and drive home.
Right.
So, I mean, I would say a 3 for believability and like a 3 to a 3.5 for spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky, creepy. Whatever.
We'll have to go. Bestie field trip.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Am I getting out of the car? Probably.
Maybe we go wine tasting, and then afterwards.
That is wine country.
I know. Yeah. And then afterwards we just
I need to stay away from any buildings, any old buildings. I don't know what might come over me. I'm not sure.
Spontaneous combustion.
Serious. What happens if I enter, that town? I don't know what'll come over me.
What if a witch triggers it?
Yeah.
But is it like a practicing witch, or is it like witch by descent?
Yeah.
Because you're not.
Well, I better feel the energy.
Morgan is not a practicing witch.
Well,
she dabbles in tarot. But beyond that,
it's not witchcraft. My mom's making tinctures and shit. No, I feel like there'd be some creepy energy.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Just cemeteries, again, in general,
are going to go there and just blast music and just be like, have you heard Aperture by Harry Styles?
All right. Well, thank you for listening, and thank you for being here.
Well,
Thank you
of
for
course.
being here,
So much
Michaela.
fun. I want to do it again. This is so awesome.
I know. I'll have to do. Maybe I can try to find another witchy case.
Yeah, we should report back about our findings.
Yeah, boots on the ground, investigative journalism.
Notes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm out there in my
We'll
trench coat,
do.
my sunglasses.
Yeah, we'll video it.
Yes, with the tiny microphone.
Yep. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram.
Subscribe to get notifications about the next one.
Well, what she said.
Yeah.
Okay, see you on the next one. Bye.